Okay, first two, the easiest ones, I think. So when we have a quiz, dapat walay marong aning duha kay these two are the easiest to spot. Okay, simile and metaphor. Again, I'm pairing these two because they both compare things. Simile is a comparison between two things. Your clue words would be the words like and as. So, figurative language actually adds more drama, adds more effect to your speech and to your writing. So instead of just merely saying and plainly saying, she is beautiful, you may say it with a simile. She is as beautiful as a what? Or she is beautiful like a what? Like a flower, for example. So there's a comparison. You are providing a comparison rather than just simply saying it plainly. You are saying it the figurative language way, and that is the language of writers, the language of poets and authors. Okay, so for example, my love for you is as deep as the sea. So you're comparing your love to the depth of the ocean or of the sea. My father is busy as a bee. So you're comparing how busy your father is to that of a bee. The still lake reflects the mountain like a mirror. Like, you have the word like there. You are comparing. So again, there is a comparison between two things in a simile and in the metaphor. So in the third one, in the third example, the lake, the stillness of the still lake reflects, or you're comparing the still lake to that of the reflection. The reflection of the still lake like a mirror. Okay. Okay. Take note, class, nga not all sentences using like would automatically give it or make it a simile. Huh? They would say, when I would tell you I like you, that's not a simile at all, diba? You're not comparing, I'm not comparing me to you. I like you, no? Dili siya, no? That's literal language. That's not like simile, or it's not figurative language. That's literal language lang. So again, it does not necessarily mean na when the sentence or the statement has the words like or as, it would automatically make it a simile. You have to really understand the statement. You have to understand what it means. Okay. Do you have examples there from songs? Class? Give me example of a simile. Ano na? Kaning next second door after here. Yeah, Cyrene, that's right. You treat me like a rose. You have the word there, like. You're comparing how that person treats you, and that is like a rose. You treat me like a rose. Some more examples? Yes, please do message it here. It would be faster rather than saying it out loud. That girl looks like my sister. So you're comparing how the girl looks and that you're saying the girl looks like your sister. Is that from a song, Nestor? Is that from a song?
Ay, no, sir. From Konichur ka ng notes.
Okay. All right. So again, that simile. Again, this is one of the easiest to spot. Kaning simile. So if you master this one, you have 1 point na in the quiz out of 15 or 20. Metaphor. Let's proceed to metaphor. Metaphor is another comparison between two things, but it's more of a direct type of comparison because it does not use like and as anymore. So here you're saying her teeth are pearls. You're comparing the teeth to the pearls. Her teeth are pearls. It's a direct comparison. There's no words like and as anymore. So comparison between two things, a direct comparison between two things, teeth and pearls. Time, you're comparing time to gold. It's so precious ba? Meaning it's so precious. Time is gold. You are the sunshine of my life. You're comparing the person to the sunshine. Okay, metaphor. Give me some more example of metaphor. Please type it here in our chat box. Metaphor, metaphor, metaphor. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. You're comparing you, the eye, to the sharpest tool. Baby, you're fireworks. Yes, that's a direct comparison. I saw an angel. He is my angel in the darkness. You're comparing the person, he, to the angel in the darkness. Very good. So that's metaphor. Again, simile and metaphor, they are comparison between two things. You're a falling star. You're the getaway car. I'm singing a song, Glenn. Nice one. Nice nga lyrics. What song is this from? Everything. Michael Bublé. All right, let's proceed. Next one, class, is personification. Prepare your examples of personification. When you say personification, basing on the name itself, you personify, meaning you give human qualities to things. They may not be humans, they may just simply be things, but you're giving human qualities to them. You're personifying them. So, example here says, fear grabbed me as I heard footsteps behind me. So, fear, i-personify ni mo si fear nga ni-grab daw siya nimo. The flood waters swallowed the trees in one big gulp. Gilahom sa flood. The stars winked at us from the night sky. So, ni-wink si stars, no? You're giving human qualities to stars. Of course, stars don't wink at all. Mo gani ni nga figurative language. It's not a literal language. So, si stars, you're giving human qualities to stars. You're saying that stars winked at you. Give me more examples of personification here. Type 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The ocean screamed its fury. Yes, it screams the ocean. The car danced on the wet road. It's good. Yeah, mo dance gina si car basta wet ang road, class, especially on wet grass. Lihok ng ligid ng wet grass. Be very careful. The pictures that you sent me, they're still living in my phone. I'll admit I'd like to see them. I'll admit I feel alone. Cute. Living. The pictures living on your phone. You're personifying the pictures that are on your phone. As they tried to teach me how to dance a foxtrot about 'Mic test. Can you hear me? Nawala ko, class. Mic test. Test mic.
Okay na, sir.
I'm back. Okay. I lost my connection. Where were we? Again, personification. Personification, when you give human qualities to things. Nawala na inyong gichat. Okay. Let's proceed to the next one. Sayo na po ng personification class. Just as long as you can associate bitaw the name of the figurative language with its characteristic, kung saan na siya, dali ra na ninyo ma-recall. It won't so be difficult to remember. Onomatopoeia. This one is easy too. But the onomatopoeia class, it's all about sounds. There's an imitation of the sound within the sentence. There's an imitation of a sound of a particular thing in the sentence. So here we say 6 burgers were sizzling on the grill. The hissing of the snake scared me. The bee buzzed to my ears. Daghan siya in songs. Where? Go. Chat me here your examples of onomatopoeia. Yes. That's a good one. Fatima. Tick tock on the clock, but the party don't stop. The tick-tock there is an imitation of the sound of the clock, of course. Some more example. Keep it coming. That boy. The the corn when popped in the microwave. The crowd claps their hands. Yes, those are onomatopoeia. Uh, yeah, this one. He got that super bass. Boom, ba, doom. What's that sound? What's that song? What's that nga song, Glenn?
Super bass teacher. Nicki Minaj.
Di man ko ka-relate sa inyong mga songs. Oy. Nice one. There's also, ano ba? Ano siya nga song? Like the ticking of a clock, two hearts beat as one. I forgot the title. Love moves the eye. Love moves in mysterious ways. The mooing of the cows was hard to miss. See, those are onomatopoeia. Okay, basta onomatopoeia, they're all about sounds. Irony. It's a figure of speech which a person is saying the opposite of what he means. The bad news is that everybody got perfect in yesterday's test. It's an ironic, it's like more of a sarcastic mode of speech. It's so nice of you to tell my secrets. Nay sagol sarcasm class ba. It is good of you for scolding me in front of my friends. So irony, I subtle sarcasm there. Like in our language, in the vernacular, when we say um, guapo, when you say guapo naugtimos, so that is clearly an ironic speech. Can you give me some more example of statements with irony? And the ones we hail are the worst of all. Yeah. Pwede. Fatima. Good one.
po, madam.
A pilot has a fear of heights. Okay. Ironic. Yeah, it's ironic that a pilot has a fear of heights. Ironic situation. Situational irony na siya. Napoy verbal irony, napoy dramatic irony. Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. If you have heard of the song Ironic by Alanis Morissette, it talks about a lot of ironic situations, like an old man turned 98, he won lottery and died the next day. So see, ironic because he's old and he had won the lottery, but then he died the next day. It's like meeting the man of your dreams now and then meeting his beautiful wife. So life can be ironic sometimes. So that's irony. Next is a famous singer sings at her own song at a karaoke bar but is booed. Okay, that's ironic. Apostrophe is when you address a dead person or non-human as if the person or thing were alive and could answer the speaker talking. Okay, sabot mo ang description. It's like talking. It's like addressing that thing nga parang naa siya there right in front of you as if that thing can talk to you back. Okay. Example of apostrophe. Daghan sad ni siya in songs. This is an example. Apostrophe, we thus address more things than I should care to guess. Apostrophe, I did invoke your figure even as I spoke. You are addressing apostrophe. In the next one, in the next example, you are addressing blue moon. As if blue moon can talk to you back. Parang nakaistorya rin mo siya sa imong atubangan ba? Blue moon, you saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Yes, this one, Mark Jerome. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again. Exactly. That's an example of apostrophe. You are talking to darkness. You're even referring to darkness as your old friend. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Yes, that's good, Glenn. Welcome, O life, Athena Marie. So parang you are talking to little star, to darkness, and to life as if darkness and star and life are there to talk to you back. Parang you're talking to them as if they can answer back to you ba. O na siya si apostrophe. Good one. Next is hyperbole. Can you say hyperbole? Exag language, overstatement. We have this in our language. Even in the vernacular, we have hyperbole. We say, sa ganina, we say 48 years, dun ko nagpaabot ni mo. So that's exag. That's a hyperbole. Namuti na lang akong buhok. Something like that. Or, sa pauban. You snore louder than a freight train. I will love you till the seas run dry. That's exag. Good, no? I have reminded you a million times to keep away from bad friends. Hyperbole. For the effect of humor, of course. Parang joke-joke siya ba? I can smell your scent for miles. Oh, it's hyperbole. Unsa ka? Si Kuan ka? Si Wolf ka? Or si Kuan? Si Wolf or si Fox? I can smell your scent for miles. She's as skinny as a toothpick. Kani siya, class? This statement can also be a simile. She is as skinny as a toothpick. Pero, when you look at it pod, pwede man po siya tinuod, no? Nga as skinny as a toothpick. Muna siya, pwede siya masimile. Pero, ma-hyperbole siya kung when you are exaggerating it. Dili siya kasing skinny as a toothpick, but you're just simply saying nga, ana siya kaniwa nga, mura na siya toothpick. A statement can be both or can be used in two different figurative language. Like when you say she is as skinny as a toothpick, pwede siya simile, pwede po siya hyperbole. Because there's a spark in you, you're just gonna ignite the light and let it shine. Asa hyperbole ana? The spark in you, igniting and shining. Is that it? My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. I love you to the moon and back. Gonna take you to the moon and back if you be my lady. Yeah, that's a good one. Hannah Jane. You turn around and you stole my heart. Ouch, Glenn. Nice yung mga examples, Glenn. The world ended the day my father died. That's a good one. That's hyperbole. Her eyes make the stars look like they're not shining. Okay, next one. That's hyperbole ha, exag. Litotes. Okay, so litotes medyo a little difficult, a level difficult compared to the other ones. But if you remember ang sa iyang characteristic, again, this would be easy to spot for you. Ang inyong clue for litotes would be negation or double negation. It's that for a while. Ang clue ninyo ni Litotes class would be negation. When you say negation, the word not or no or hardly, o na sila yung maka-negate sa sentence. So, like when you say, kanabitang mo ask, somebody would ask, how was the program? How was the program? And then you would say, not bad. No? When you say not bad, that means kay dili man siya bad, it was actually good, right? But you don't say it was good, you say it in another way of saying it. You say it was not bad. So that is litotes. So you are not wrong. Unsa may bot pasabot anang you are not wrong. Dili ka mali. Meaning sakto imong answer. Pero instead of saying you're correct, you are stating it in another way, in a figurative language way. You are saying you are not wrong. Okay, so that is litotes. Do you have any example for litotes? You ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. Sometimes ang litotes class no, when we figure out the meaning of the statement, ba para ma-confuse na ta. Okay. Again, especially with a double negation. You ain't kaning, that's a double negation na you are not, you have not seen anything or nothing yet. Nothing pag yun, not pag yun, ain't. Double negation. She ain't the sharpest knife. This one is litotes. Fatima. You're not a voice, you're just a ringing in my ear. Into the unknown. Frozen 2. Next is ayoning epithet. Okay. It's not really familiar, allegory, metonymy. When you say metonymy class, this is on when you use an object for in place of another word which it closely suggests. Kana bitaw, you have often read this in newspapers siguro when the headline would say Malacanang issued proclamation number blah blah blah. Kanang the word Malacanang there, although we know Malacanang as a Malacanang Palace, but Malacanang suggests of the Philippine government, no? Malacanang, the word Malacanang suggests the Philippine government. Or, ang counterpart niya sa US, the White House. Or the White House denied the allegations. Or for monarchy, the Crown. We say the Crown issued a press release regarding the scandal, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's metonymy. You have some more examples of metonymy? Along with wolves like you, trust is counting sheep. Okay? Remember to let her into your heart. This one is a little difficult than the simile, the hyperbole, personification, a little difficult na si metonymy. Sunod is synecdoche. Synecdoche class is part to whole, whole to part. When you say, wow, nice wheels, no? You say wheels in reference to the entire car. Of course, you don't just say, kanindot sa mong ligid. You don't just actually see the ligid itself, but the entire car, right? So that is synecdoche. Or you may say, hi. You may say, hands. Just wear your slippers. Just wear your slippers. Yay. Wait sa class for a while. Excuse me. Okay, naputol na sad ko class. Alright?
My feet is stuck.
Move a little. Okay, again, for Synecdoche, type in your examples here, please. Let me see. New wheels, kingdom lights, representing the entire kingdom, the entire place. 50 sails entered the harbor. Sails. It's not just a part of a sailboat, but the entire boat or ship. No? Wait, I'll share.
My customer.
Okay, let's proceed to alliteration. Alliteration class is the repetition of initial consonant sounds.
I'm
Bye-bye.
supposed to make it sound. Why is my make it sound?
Can you use the
I
headphone?
cannot hear it.
Use the headphone because I'm having a class. Sorry, mommy. Sorry, mommy. Mommy has a class.
Uh-oh. I didn't mean to do it.
Can you hear it on your headphone?
I can't.
You can?
Because that you plugged it in.
Yeah, I did.
You turn on the sun. Dude. Ah!
Wait up, wait up, wait up. Awesome. Play.
Ah!
Wait. Wait ba? Wait, I'm testing the sound.
Stop it.
Play. Okay, alliteration is a repetition of initial consonant sounds. So when you say Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, you are repeating the p sound in the initial words of Peter, of Piper, and picked, and packed, and pickled, and pepper. So this is how usually tongue twisters are formed, class. So alliteration. Nindut siya. This is ever present in poetry. This is one of the things that makes poetry sound rhythmic. Kanang alliteration. That's why when you write poetry, you use alliteration. Bidal, send me alliteration examples. Misused, mistakes, okay. This time, display, so it's good. Too long, too late. The t and the l sounds are being repeated. It's a nice one, Fatima. Some more, how about the other students there? Ala, wala po mag-send, ha? Wala po mo yung assignment class? Yeah, World Wide Web, that's an alliteration of the w sound. Live, love, laugh. L sound is being repeated in that example. Thank you, Glenn. Very good, Glenn. Stephanie said, I'm so sick of love songs, so sad and slow. You can add your name, Stephanie, and that would make it an additional word with alliteration. When you say, Stephanie said, she's so sick of love songs, so sad and slow. Carmen carefully caught Carl. Good. K sound, Hannah Jane. L for Cyrene. Lucky, linger, life. Looks like lions love licking lizards. So anak class ha, very good. Alliteration ng magbalik-balik ang consonant sound in the initial or beginning of words. That's alliteration. Next would be allusion. When you say allusion, this is a reference to a dead person. I mean, to a historical person, literary person, or historical, biblical or literary? Like when you say daghan ni siya in songs actually. Give me examples. Go, Christian. Give me examples of allusion, class. Kryptonite. What's kryptonite? This is more of a, that's more of a kuan. Isa lang kryptonite? Chemical? John Ed Paul? Or is that more of like a simile? Mike? Apa daw ni Ma'am daw ni Mike? Ah. I'm going to build an ark. Building an ark in reference to Noah, biblical. Every man comes from Adam. Adam, biblical allusion. Golden ticket. Ano silang golden ticket? Kuan? Allusion to the work ni Kuan? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, golden ticket. O ba na? Isa ito mga song. Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone. Anak pong song na Amelia Earhart. Whatever happened to Amelia Earhart? Who walks the stars up in the sky? Something like that. Amelia Earhart is the first, yeah, someday we'll know. Is the first woman pilot. First woman pilot who circumnavigated the world. Si Amelia Earhart. So that's allusion. Sunod. Oxymoron. Si oxymoron o si tulon ni sila class. Oxymoron, si Milton, oxymoron, paradox, o antithesis. They work on contrast. Pareho sila characteristic nga. It's all about contrast. When you say oxymoron, paradox, o si antithesis. Si oxymoron lang, it's like two opposite terms brought together. Pareha ni siya when you say, when somebody asks, dako ilang balay, and then you say, dako gamay. That's oxymoron. Dako gamay. Unsa man gyud? Dako gamay. Or when you say, kani siya, more examples na siya. Only choice, paid volunteers, original copy, obviously obscure, found missing. Message kuan. Pretty ugly. Yeah, pretty and ugly. She's pretty ugly. He's long gone when he's next to me. Okay. That's oxymoron. Continue. Pun. Si pun class would be a play on words. Like when you say, I wanna die alive. Oxymoron, yes. Let's proceed to pun. Pun is a play on words. Like when you say, nagkano siya example, pero let's go recall. When you say, like, Knights of Columbus. Are you familiar with the organization Knights of Columbus? Ano siya, di ba? Knights of Columbus, the US. Knights of Columbus, it's an organization, di ba, of men. And then there was once a poster of the Knights of Columbus recruiting members sa Knights of Columbus. And then there were two students reading the poster, and then the other one said, ay, di ta mo join na bay kay gabi. referring to the knights. Instead of knights in shining armor, he thought of it as night as an opposite of day, as in nighttime, no? So that's an example of pun. They usually work on kanang words bitaw nga can mean the same thing or can have two meanings. Mana siya pun, a play on words. Lisod-lisod ko ni siya, class, but when you can achieve this one, if you can master this one, this can really give more humor to your writing and even to your speech. Next one is paradox. Again, paradox, oxymoron, and antithesis work on contradiction or contrast. He who loses his life for my sake will save it. One day is sometimes better than a year. That's paradox. And antithesis, okay, kana siya. Ang ano sa antithesis is its parallelism or grammatical pattern ni antithesis. Kani, to err is human, to forgive is divine. In songs, napod ni siya. Divided we fall, together, divided we fall, united we stand. Okay, this one is a statement grammatically parallelism. Parallelism siya. Ano pong to err is human. Balance yung statement ba? To forgive is divine. Muna inyong timanan sa antithesis. Contrast gihapon siya, class, pero na ay parallelism iyang statement. Ganito, err is human. You are contrasting being human and being divine. I hope you're happy, but don't be happier. Ano na? Contrast, antithesis, Hannah? Look into the how the statement is written, how the statement is organized. Again, if there's contrast in there but is written in a balanced or grammatically parallel way, then that is antithesis. Climax is an arrangement of ideas, one or events in ascending order of importance, interest, or effectiveness. Ang anticlimax, the use of climax up to the end of a series of thoughts, and then the insertion of some unimportant idea in the last and the most important position. Okay, si climax o si anticlimax. Usually, class, kaning duha, it's a series of ideas, usually 3 or 4 or 5. Pwede, no? Si climax, imagine it nga, you are ascending a flight of stairs. Parang nagsaka ka sa hagdan ba nga the last idea would be something more interesting, more important, and more relevant, no? Pag climax. So, although there are shorter statements sa climax, most of the time, tag-as yun siya nga sentences kay you are talking about a series of ideas man. So, climax, again, pataas, ascending order of importance from the least important to the more important to the most important, si climax. Si anticlimax is ascending gihapon siya until the last statement. Meaning, imagine yourself ascending that stairs, pero pag abot nimo sa last na unta nga step sa stairs, parang natagak ka, parang nisimang ang idea ba? When you are expecting unta nga most important, most relevant, most interesting ang the last idea, nisimang siya, parang natagak ka sa hagdan nga you're expecting it nga mo climax na siya, na anti-climax siya. So that's the difference between the two. Okay, climax and anti-climax. Euphemism, on the other hand, is a substitution of an agreeable or less offensive expression for one that may offend or suggest something unpleasant to the reader. Are you with me? Are you still with me, class? Are you following?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Happy ka tamahaman. Euphemism, it may be an agreeable, it may be an offensive, and it may be a kind of itong tactless way of saying. So you exchange it with something more pleasing. Dili kayo rude, dili kayo offensive ba, class? Instead of saying tambok, tambok ka naman kaday. Kanang di kayo siya nindot paminawon. And for sure, when you hear somebody say that, you would hate that person. No, it's always not nice to comment on somebody else's weight, class. So never say hi. You say hi to the ladies. So, Ninang, hi, Ninang.
Hi, Nina.
So, never comment anything on person's weight, especially if it's on the negative side. Like when you say ni tambok, okay lang kung ni daot or ni niwang, no? Especially if that person is conscious about his or her figure. That would be music to his ears when you say, uy, ni daot lagi ka, ni sexy lagi ka, ni slim lagi ka, nindot na siya paminawan. But if it's in the opposite class, kung ni gain of weight, ayun na lang comment because nobody would like to hear that. Maski tinuod man gani, pero you won't make that person feel better when you say that. So better keep quiet na lang, stay silent na lang, no? But again, it's always rude to say you gain weight or you're tambok. So you try to look for other ways of saying that, in other words, in a less offensive way. So how? You don't also say batignaw. Even saying chaka is still batignaw. So how do you say that? So wanna show you euphemism, class. Do you know how to say broke? You're broke, meaning wala kay kwarta. You say, I have a temporary negative cash flow. Diba? More social. Rather than saying, wala kay kwarta, I'm broke. You say, I'm having a temporary negative cash flow. How do you say you're unemployed? Instead of saying unemployed, you say, I am in between jobs. Laisha gihapon sa class. I am in between jobs. Meaning, at the moment, nangita pa kog trabaho. Meaning, wala ko'y trabaho. Meaning, I am unemployed. But you say it nicer, in a nicer way. You say, I am in between jobs. How do you say bulok? When you say somebody is bulok, that is offensive, that is rude, that is tactless. So bulok, how do you say bulok? Slow learner. You say slow learner. Instead of saying somebody died, you say my sister had just passed away. I may have told you about that katong girl, the teenager who was told by the guard in a bar, excuse me, you cannot come in here because you're wearing a sando and slippers. Ingon si guard, excuse me, you're wearing sando and slippers. You cannot get in here. But the girl said, excuse me, These are not sandals, these are tank tops. And these are not slippers, these are flip-flops. See? Pareho ra gud gihapon istoryaha pero gipanayos lang og term. Like they would always say nga ang mga pobre nagkorikong gikagid while the dato ng skin allergy, no? Ang mga pobre giango-ango, ang mga dato gi-Alzheimer. So it's just a matter of how you say it actually. So that is euphemism. Okay? You search that on the net. Daghan kayo examples anang euphemism. Makatawa ka sa how it's being said. Assonance, last 4 slides, class. Last 3 slides. Assonance, repetition of vowel sounds. So we say the kid hid behind the pig. E sound. Manay assonance. Pareho na siya sa alliteration nga na ay repetition po. Anaphora is the repetition of the same words at the beginning of successive clauses or sentences. Daghan kayo niya in songs. Give me example of anaphora. Anaphora be? Anaphora. Are you still there?
Hello.
Naputol na sad si teacher, but I'm back. Again, we're almost done. Give me examples of anaphora. And that, yeah. See, daghan na siya sa songs class. Balik-balikon siya. I am a rock, I am an island. Repetition of I am. Why I played. You can be. Every move, every breath, every bond, every step. Yeah, nice one. I can live, I can love, I can reach the heavens above. I can right what is wrong. Someday we'll know what Samson loves a lot. Someday. Isa pa. I can move the mountains for you. I can basta, ano siya. These are just practice. What's next would be, where's my PowerPoint? Okay, open your microphone. Very quick. The firecracker made a loud kaboom. Go. Answer. Do not chat. Just say it here.
Alliteration?
No?
Ay, katong sounds without your katong sounds.
Yeah. But what's the term?
Ano ni?
Huh?
Asa ta pag
Onomatopoeia. Yes, Hazel.
Ano matapeya di ay.
Kaboom. Firecracker. The road was a ribbon wrapped through the desert. Sama na.
Kanyang. Dili, kuan katong isa.
The others are so quiet, ah.
Uh,
You did not answer in the chat box. Telepon mo answer here. Where are you? The road was a ribbon. This is how your your quiz will be. Yes, metaphor. Road, ribbon. The road was a ribbon. We're comparing the road to a ribbon. She said so on several million occasions. What's that?
hyperbole.
Hyperbole. Good. He ran the race but lost despite his Herculean effort.
Allusion.
Referring to Hercules. Yes, allusion.
I did it.
Irene, very good. This is how your quiz and your exam on the prelim will be like. You identify what figurative language is found in that statement. She was wide-eyed and wondering while she waited for Walter to wake up. Alliteration. The wind yells while blowing.
Onomatopoeia.
No
Personification.
personification. Very good, Christine. Personification, you're personifying the wind. It's
Okay.
yelling. It's yelling down. Next, the muscles on his brawny arms are as strong as iron bands.
Simile.
Simile.
1 point,
Smile.
please. I wish I could acquire the wisdom of King Solomon.
Manager. Epithet. Adi, katong allusion.
Allusion, King Solomon, biblical reference. A dog not only has a fur coat but also
Fun.
pets. Fun. Yes, it is fun. He is handsome if you like rodents.
Simile. Adi, simile. Oh.
No?
Irony.
Irony.
I already did.
Sunbill. Very good, Sunbill. He has a green thumb. 4, 3, 2, 1. La, inyong quiz. 10 minutes.
Euphemism.
Green.
Euphemism.
Huh?
Katong kuan.
But what?
Katong asa man to? Yes,
Part to whole to part. What is it?
green.
Thumb.
Synecdoche.
Yeah, synecdoche. The world ended the day Tupac died.
Hyperbole.
Hyperbole. That's it. Very good. So this is one of the type tests for the prelim exam. Again, identification of the figures of speech or figurative language, along with the literature, definition of literature, and elements of a story. Again, for next week, we will just have the quiz on this figurative language. We will not be doing a virtual meeting anymore. Study in advance for your prelim exam. Hopefully by next week na schedule. Okay? Thank you so much for attending the virtual meeting today. Thank you for being so participative. Thank you so much, class. Bye-bye, everyone. Unless you have questions? You have questions?
Languages, journal,
No, ma'am.
figurative.
Ha?
Sa assignment ba, 21 na to kabuok?
Yeah, whatever is on the list. Na may list, di ba? Ito na i-identify.
Okay.
So more questions? You say bye-bye na to ate and kuya. Say bye-bye. You say bye-bye.
What?
You say bye-bye to them.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye ate and kuya.
Bye-bye, thank you.
Bye-bye class. Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, sir.
Bye, ma'am.
May ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.